Hello all you coin collectors out there, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to take a look at some 1-cent coins from the country of Canada. And as you can see, we have a 1970 on the left and a 1971 on the right. Now these coins both say 1 cent at the top. We have the sprig of maple leaves here. It says 1970 underneath the leaves, and then Canada at the bottom. And if we magnify it way up, we see there's two initials here on the back, and that is KG on both sides, and that's for George Kruger Gray, who was the designer and engraver of these coins. We see that around the outside we have these kind of gear-like things. These ones, if we look at them, they're actually separate, so more like a pearl or a drop-like figures around the outside. And if we tip them up on the side, we see that they have a smooth edge. On the front, we see that we have Queen Elizabeth II on both of them. Now, the 1970 coin, they made 344 million of these, and the 1971 coin, they made 298 million. One of the things that people are very interested in is they hear that each one of these is worth 3 cents in metal value alone. And so can you just gather up a bunch of these and melt them down and take them to a scrap dealer and sell them? Well, the problem with actually selling these is the spot metal price for copper is about a little under $3. And the dealer will probably pay you, the scrap metal dealer, about $2 a pound for these. And there are about 180 of these in every pound. So the dealer's only going to pay you about 1.2 cents a pound. The spot metal price is about 1.8 to 2 cents a pound. And so you're not going to make, you'd have to have an incredible amount of them to make any money. You'd have to have tens of thousands of pounds of these to sell them to a dealer and make much more than, well, if you had 10,000 pounds of these and sold them to a dealer, you would probably get about $1,200 from the dealer, and the coins themselves would cost you about $1,000. So, is it worth doing? No. Is it possible to do? Well, technically it's possible to do in the United States if you have Canadian coins. In Canada, the government actually takes them back and melts them, but there are some questions, however, about whether Canada actually allows you to take the coins and melt them yourselves. And maybe you want to and maybe you don't. If we tip these coins up, we see that it says on here, Elizabeth II, D.G. Regina, or by the grace of God, Queen. And this is the Arnold Machen second portrait of Queen Elizabeth. If I can get this stand to just sit. She's wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, and she's facing to the right. Now these coins are 98% copper, 0.5% tin, and 1.5% zinc. So, is it okay to melt them? Well, I suppose if you want to try to melt them yourselves, it's very, very hard to melt these just because of the temperature you need to melt them at, and then you'd have to separate out the zinc and the tin. Is it legal to melt them? Yeah, probably in the United States it is. Is it legal to melt United States 1 cent or penny coins? No. And that's a definite no. And it's against the law to melt U.S. coins, certainly in the United States. So, here we have it. We have our 1 cent coin from 1970 and 1971. And if you have any comments, we'd love to have you leave them in the comments section. And we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel if you're interested in U.S., Canadian, and any kind of international coins.